Hey party people, it's me JiBron here, back again with another video. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and welcome back to JiBron Unhinged. Yeah, I was minding my black business per usual. I was scrolling through the little Instagram or whatever, and then, you know, we only 2 months out of Black History Month, and you're making a big fully go still Shannon Sharpe. Now, I like Club Shay Shay. I really like Shannon Sharpe. Now, I don't watch sports, as you can tell. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're probably shocked at my outfit that is not probably sparkly or anything of that nature. We're calming it down for today and today only. But I like Club Shay Shay, but Club Shay Shay, you was Club Nasty because you allegedly are a 20-year-old woman while you were in a relationship with her. Allegedly. First of all, I was trying to figure out, what are you doing messing around with someone my age? You're like my dad's age. Like, what do you two have in common? And there was Gabrielle Zuniga. Okay, she's the OnlyFans model. I don't know why everybody's making a big deal that she's an OnlyFans model. That's what she chooses to do as her social income. She's not bothering anybody. She's not hurting anybody. She's not destroying anyone. She's just using what the Lord gave her. She probably gonna stack up her chips and she'll be retired before having you haters at home. Just saying. But anyway, these two were in a relationship for over 2 years, but recently she decided to go to the Court County, particularly Clark County, Nevada, and she decided to file some allegations against Mr. Sharpe. These are all alleged, by the way. This has not been proven. Granted, I did hear some audio where he said, "How would a big black man sound joking, a little white woman?" And I'm just like, what in the kind of freaky porn star are you doing here? Like, this is kind of disturbing that someone... I'm not there yet. Okay, so these two were in a relationship for over 2 years, and she is accusing him of the R word. That's a pretty serious allegation. I don't take situations like that lightly, which is why I'm not gonna really be joking in this video, because I take sexual assault very seriously. If you have been, I feel like you should talk about it, so you can get off your conscience. And I mean, not everybody can sue somebody for $50 million. I mean, most victims walk away with the scars, but if this is in fact true, I hope that she does get her proper compensation, because I mean, the mental toll that it does on you is a lifelong effect, and you never quite get over it. But anyway, these two met at a gym and were in a relationship for over 2 years. I'm trying to figure out what a 50-some-year-old and a 20-some-year-old and 19 at the time have in common. My dad's around Shannon Sharpe's age. Let's put this into perspective when we talk about the age gaps. Now, do I believe in age gap dating? Yes. Have I dated people older than me? It's not really called dating when I don't protect you out on a date, is it? Oh. Have I been in cars with someone older than me? Yes, but the age gap was, we went to similar schools, we were alive in similar time periods. This man was born right after the Civil Rights movement, okay? This man was born in a time where there was Nixon and Carter and Clinton. The girl probably don't even know who Monica Lewinsky is. Granted, she was probably Monica Lewinsky and you, but she probably doesn't even know what that reference means. If you're a pop culture friendly, then you know what that means. She's just out of high school. Like, she literally graduated high school 2 years ago. She's barely legal enough to do OnlyFans. Okay. What were you thinking? Like, as your old, horny self, why would you put yourself in a position, A, to say certain things like that on tape, and B, with a little white woman? Race does play a factor in a lot of things, whether you want to admit it or not. This, like, the way our country was built. I mean, you can't go around no matter how much. You see what they did to Diddy? They would do it to you. And Joe Blow, the mailman. Like, there's no limits here. But anyway, so apparently, like, these two would get into fights or whatever when she would confront him about cheating. First of all, baby, now I know you're 20 and you probably grew up in the suburbs and you probably don't know nothing about life. I guarantee you that a 54-year-old man wanted nothing more than you as a little trophy wife. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, what is... He probably has kids. He probably got underwater than you, girl. Like, what? When Shannon Sharpe was at his peak, girl, me and you were probably in diapers or not even born yet. Like, let's put that, like, I'm pretty sure his Hall of Fame certificate or whatever you get is probably just as old as us. And I'm not doing the ageism thing, but I'm just saying, like, she would get upset when you didn't have infidelity. That sounds like a typical relationship with a younger woman and an older man. An older man, especially from that era, grew up in the 80s and the 90s, probably thrives off of control, especially when you have the career that he's in. He's got a football career, he's been a star. And he hosts his own show and this, that, and that. Because let's be clear, y'all, I don't watch sports. I didn't know who Shannon Sharpe was besides Club Shay Shay. I like Club Shay Shay, but I don't be watching too much of Club Shay Shay till this case is over. I don't like to accuse people of things. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not true. But I heard that out there where you said you was gone. Granted, some of y'all just freak hoes like that. And what's good for the goose is not what's good for the gander. I mean, I would never be caught on tape saying something like the word. JiBron could probably be on call tape saying worse about it. But that's besides the point. Okay. So, he was accused of being verbally abusive and violent at times of their relationship. I can believe it. He's an older man and he's bigger than her. She's this little dainty white lady, like no offense, she's about my size. You can probably take this out with a little flank. Verbally abusive, that's believable because you are younger, so he probably abuses you like one of his children. He probably talks down if you tell you need him at this, that, and the third. Where all the chicks be said, so girl, you better pull up your statements. And yeah, I don't know if girl, what's it called? Like the top, I don't know how the OnlyFans thing works, but I mean, I think there's like top percentile things because when I play my BitLife and I make my BitLife people little OnlyFans bit, don't y'all love BitLife? BitLife is so amazing. It's so crazy and it's so weird. But when I make my BitLife, the OnlyFans people, they say they start at 0.99%. So I'm assuming since you Shannon Sharpe girlfriend, I mean, you ought to be in like the top 2%. I don't know. Okay. She would call him out on his infidelity. He would just get violent and irate. Duh. First of all, Shannon, if you were gonna cheat on her, why couldn't you be smarter? First of all, why are you cheating on her? First of all, why are you in a relationship with a 20-year-old? Like, do you really need that much of an ego booster where you have to go date someone who you literally could have popped out of your nutsack? I'm just trying to figure out, like, why on earth you would even go play in the sandbox when you clearly are close to playing in a retirement village. Like, 67 is legal age for retirement. You're only like 10, 13 years off from that. Like, you need to go date someone who was no younger than 35. Depending on the maturity level. Because some 20-year-olds have lived. Like, they've had to live on the streets. They've had to do certain things. I don't think Gabrielle has had to really live. Now, by the way, it's alleged that it's Gabrielle. I can't... With some sources I read said it was Gabrielle. Other sources I said... I get on somebody from the Associated Press. Okay. He made a statement that he's going to, take some time away from ESPN and focus on his family with the... I get the quote right, because calling the lawsuit blatant in a cynical attempt to shake down Sharpe for millions of dollars and is filled with lies, distortion, and misrepresentation. I mean, it all could be a lie, but I mean, I don't think anybody would lie about being R-word. I don't think anybody's just gonna, granted, people have done it. Why would you be an old nasty freak? Why you couldn't go do that with Monique or somebody? Like, Monique told you, get you an old chitlin cooking black lady who was gonna hold you down, but you want to go get Becky from the supermarket. And now Becky from the supermarket is about to ring you at the cleaners at the courthouse because from what she got one of them hot shot. She got the Busby man who's one of those high power attorney. First of all, girl, the $50 million. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get 25 of it. Then you have to pay taxes on it. So you'll probably be sitting on a nice little money on top of your OnlyFans way. Girl, you'll probably never have to work a day in your life ever again if you win this lawsuit. I'm just saying. If you really can turn up them charges with us, I mean, no offense. He has money, he can afford good lawyers. If you have valid evidence and you can actually prove that this happened, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but if you can prove that this happened, girl, you can take that man to a cleaner. He will never work again. I'm interested to see how this plays out. It's just, Monique told you, quit trying to be outside when you were pop. Like, you are literally grandfather age. trying to date are you trying to relive your like glory days when you were like a top NFL star? Because if you are, it's a failed desperate attempt. You look thirsty. You need to go moisturize your joints. I'm pretty sure you have pre-arthritis or whatever. Like, no offense, at 54, I don't want to deal with anybody that young. No shade. I hate dealing with people around my age. Now, people my age are really so stupid sometimes. It's so emotional and temperamental. That's why I'm in therapy every week. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Because I think that's... Shannon, how do you get yourself into this? You a Hall of Famer. Who does that? Well, now you're about to be in court for a very long time because no offense is hype out. That little girl, Gabrielle, finna take you about us. The cleaner, she's finna take everything you want. She's finna take every pair of socks, every shirt, every blazer. If she's telling the truth. Now, if she not telling the truth, homegirl will never work again. She will never be able to sell that cat trap on OnlyFans ever again. We will never see her nowhere. We will never see her doing the Spanish guitar on OnlyFans for the men, okay? We would never see her. But, I mean, you see what happened with Diddy. You don't think it happened to you. You still happened to R. Kelly. You still happened to Bill Cosby. Just because you have money and power doesn't mean you get to excuse yourself from doing asinine, immoral things. You know what I'm saying? Just because you are in a certain financial bracket does not mean you get to have a past with people in life. I hope she's not lying. I really hope she's not lying. Because this is just, if she is, it's you. Granted, my generation tends to be sensitive sometimes, but at the same token, it's just like no means no. You really let your whole career go away behind this. This is really how you chose to end your career. This is... I'm just at a loss of words. I tried to joke about it, y'all, but it's just like when you have serious R allegations like this, it's just... We got my season while Miss Tina has a new book out and she's spilling all the beans. Now I'm going to get the book and I'm going to read and I'm going to report back to you. But y'all, she revealed her Matthew was looking at the divorce. Baby, I was shocked. Now, Matthew Knowles, like most people, professional businessman, created one of the biggest superstars of all time, created Destiny's Child, nurtured, fostered, developed talent, is an amazing musical beast. Beyonce, amazing, wonderful. Mother, amazing, wonderful. However, Matthew, you are a little bit sloppy. We all remember when you cheated with that stripper. We all remember when Wendy Williams used to have her on the show and she would have me split like that. Miss Tina was married to him for over 30 years. She filed in 2009. I think they got married in like 1980 or whatever. Her and my grandparents' marriage was like around the same time. Anyway, she revealed in her book that she continued to hook up with him after she filed for divorce originally in 2009, which shocked me. But when you understand why she was looking for so long, it kind of speaks to us why we stay in toxic situations the way we do. She got with him after her mother died. She got married after her mother died and she was only 26. And that was like the one who was there. Kind of like her knight in shining armor. When you learn why, I don't think people realize this in your life. There's a reason why you do everything and a reason why you put up so much, because Matthew had a history of cheating. She now views him like a brother. That's what you call growth and maturity, okay? That's a place where everybody, to me, in my opinion, needs to get to their lives. Let go, let God move on, accept it for what was, not accept it for what it is. Because every bad thing about their part, there's some kind of good in everybody. Now, some of y'all, the way y'all be talking to people, y'all be making me want to bang shot us out the forehead, but then I have to realize I'm in therapy. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't nobody bother me, okay? That's an appointment I don't miss every week. And then on top of this, she don't want to bring anybody around her daughters. When you think about what you go through in your life and the things that you struggle, sometimes you don't realize that you are worth so much more. She ended up divorcing him later, but you know, that must be cool because they do have a huge family or whatever. And I mean, he did have a whole nother baby on Miss Tina. First of all, who cheats on Miss Tina? I'm just saying, who cheats on the mother of your 2 children? But then again, everybody has their own weakness. She described his cheating as an illness or whatever, which I do believe that sex addiction is a real addiction. I do believe that people who tend to do certain things like that, they are sick, they have unresolved issues, probably childhood or whatever, and they need to fix themselves. But it's just weird to see somebody who's had so much success be so vulnerable and is like, you know what, I did it because I wasn't strong yet. I did it because I wasn't ready or whatever. Y'all, I tried to lighten up the mood, but talking about the art thing is just, I don't know. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all this week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!